Hey, what's up, guys? So, a lot of people think that Jake Paul was behind the Anthony Joshua car crash that happened in Nigeria, I believe. It's honestly pretty crazy. I could see it though, because you got to consider Jake Paul has more power and more status, at least in this like society. He's a white man, and Anthony Joshua is a black man. Anthony Joshua has a little bit less like status and power, but honestly, I don't think Jake Paul did it. I think Jake is too much of a goofball. If there was really like a hit put out, I think maybe Logan, if anybody. Logan's definitely smarter, but all this is alleged. We don't know what happened. Video by Maury. The Jake Paul conspiracies are crazy. Let's get into it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so as many of you are already aware by now, Anthony Joshua was recently caught up in a very terrible accident that almost took his life and unfortunately took the life of his two best friends who were on the passenger side of the vehicle, the right-hand side. Just for a little playback, here was the area of which the car was impacted. Additionally, here was the damage to the car. This is all in my older video today. Here is another devastating angle. And here, as you can see, will be the vehicle that they struck from behind. This was a parked dilapidated truck on the side of a Nigerian road in the state of Ogun. Now, with that little synopsis out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be getting into the conspiracy theory territory. I know a lot of people are not going to be interested in this, but I just got to say, bro, this is getting crazy. Somehow,
honestly, I think a lot of people are going to be interested in it.
Some way, the conspiracy theory community, I'm pretty sure not everybody in the conspiracy theory community believes this, but they believe there's some connection between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua and him potentially
it was
Anthony
6 days after the fight,
demise or potential demise, along with the friends that were in the vehicle with him at the time of crashing.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. It feels too convenient. It was literally like a couple days after the crash. Yes. A couple days after the boxing match, like they get into this huge crash. Like it feels like a setup.
Let me be clear. There are people out there who genuinely believe that this was a connection by Jake Paul, set up by the Paul brothers or Jake Paul himself to get Anthony Joshua.
It's not that weird to think, though.
And before we go any further, I just want to give an update as to the driver of that vehicle who was recklessly driving. TMZ says driver in Anthony Joshua crash released from hospital and could face charges. Apparently, the Nigerian traffic and safety government body, they're looking for the driver, and he's likely going to be charged because you just embarrassed. I mean, you killed one of the biggest stars in your country. I think he's half Nigerian. Bro. And you fled the scene. Apparently, he fled the scene. That's what I heard from latest reports. Somehow, though, after fleeing the scene, he made it to a hospital, obviously, because he could have died too. And, yeah, it's just sad. But back to this.
Why would he flee though? That makes it look even weirder.
Jake Paul curse that everybody's talking about. Somehow, some way, Jake Paul is being blamed for this, along with the deaths or possible injuries of his former opponents in the ring. So we have the first thread I'm going to go through from Veluda MMA on Twitter. He says, since Jake Paul fought Askren, Chavez Jr., and Anthony Joshua after their fights, one almost died from a collapsed lung, one was arrested and deported, and one was in a deadly accident. I believe in the order of images we see here. So Askren.
Nah, bro. There's some up. Nah, that's
this guy, Chavez, I guess.
There's got to be something up.
Joshua. Now, I'm just going to say, bro, I'm never going to go this far. I don't think Jake Paul is responsible for anything. I don't believe he set this up. I don't think there's any, woo-woo, black magic, conspiracy, Illuminati, Freemasonry type stuff going on. But ladies and gentlemen, there are people out here, guys who genuinely believe that Jake Paul is responsible for this, man, because Anthony, and I quote, went off script.
If you don't let Jake Paul win, he's going to kill you 9 days later. Or just kill your two best friends. But somebody's going to die if you don't let him win.
And this guy said all this before the match started, or what? Is this some TikToker? Either way, what he's saying is crazy because he literally said, or two of your friends are going to die, which literally happened. Anthony Joshua's two friends literally died in that car crash.
And this guy, his name is Bryce Mitchell, according to this post. I don't know who Bryce Mitchell is. Apparently, according to Google, he's an American mixed martial artist. So he's an MMAer. Okay, so he does professional, likely sanctioned fights for Dana White, UFC. And I'm seeing articles here, top stories, saying that Bryce Mitchell blames tragic Anthony Joshua crash on Jake Paul. So listen, guys, a lot of people are saying we're in the Matrix, we're in the simulation, that Anthony Joshua went off.
It's not really a Wait, huh?
He wasn't supposed to win the fight. He broke Jake Paul's jaw, and that this accident is because the puppeteers, the people pulling the puppet strings, are the ones that he went against.
Well, here's the thing. What's his incentive to like not pull the fight? I'm assuming Anthony Joshua would have gotten paid like a bunch of money if he actually just went through with it and you know, pulled the fight. So why would he not do that? And then second off, it's just really weird how like he just fought Jake Paul like 4 days ago, bro. So how does all this just coincide and happen 4 days, like literally 4 days after, guys? 4 days. Anthony Joshua and his friends nearly killed in a car accident, and his friends were actually killed.
But this post from Mr.
Joshua
Nobody,
got lucky.
And Mr. Nobody is from, I believe, a
like
movie.
Straight up, that nigga got lucky
starring
shit.
Jared Leto. This was like in 2008. It was a psychological thriller, you know, kind of like mind-bending thriller, timelines, different timelines and stuff, simulation type. Thought you guys should know that tidbit of information just for further context of who we're talking about here. He says, what happens to Jake Paul's opponents is genuinely strange. He fought around 13 people, and a concerning number of them experienced serious issues afterward. Mike Tyson nearly died before the fight. He required 8 blood transfusions, lost half his blood due to a bleeding ulcer, and was hospitalized for weeks, which I personally...
Bro, Mike should not have been fighting Jake at that age, man. Mike Tyson is way too old now. Like, I get it. He has fighting spirit. He has that little glint in his eyes, right? But, like, sometimes you got to know when to just, like, call it a day. Just take a break, man. You don't need to box anymore. You proved it. You're the strongest. We know.
Was not completely aware of. Anthony Joshua was involved in a car crash in Nigeria 10 days after the fight. 2 people in the vehicle died, and then he was hospitalized. Nate Robinson went completely silent after their fight. He hasn't been hurt.
I don't even need to see the rest of this. If all of this shit is true, then yeah, I do think there's some type of foul play. Now, I can't... Everything's alleged, of course. I'm not trying to get sued. But yeah, bro, I don't think there's anything else to say.
From since, Ben Askren suffered lung failure and nearly died. Tyrone Woodley later declared bankruptcy. Tommy Fury's life report.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Like, literally, I don't need to see anything else, man. I believe that there was some type of foul play. That's all I'm going to say. For my sake and for y'all's, bro. Like, straight up. I do think... I mean, if y'all go through all this shit and read it, yeah... There's something like really weird going on. But who's behind it?